What's up guys, Apple released iOS 14 Developer Beta 6 to the registered developers 1 week after Beta 5. We also see updates to iPadOS, tvOS, and WatchOS. Today, we will take a look at the changes in iOS 14, as well as the performance, the battery life, and whether or not you should update, as well as other bugs and things like that. So, starting with the update size, the update came in at about 438 megabytes on my iPhone 11 Pro Max, of course coming from Beta 5. This will vary depending on your device and from which software version you are coming from. Now, if we head over into settings and we go to general and the about section, we can see that we're running 18A535E. So that's our build number here. And if we go a little lower, we can see the modem firmware went all the way from 1.05.25 to 2.00.01. So if you had any connectivity issues or any problems there, then this should definitely improve that or maybe even fix them. For me personally, in Beta 5 and across many of those betas, I didn't have any connectivity issues, but I've heard that some people were having them. So what's new in this update? Well, let's start with the clock, because the clock has something interesting with the alarm, and that's been changing over the course of the few betas. So the new change was that now you type in your number, right, when you want to wake up. But now you can actually scroll, so you can scroll, and that was introduced in Beta 5, but now it actually looks a little different, because if you look very closely, you can see the next number and the number previous to that. So in the past you could not tell, but now you can actually scroll right here. So now it just seems to be working better even when inputting the number that you want. Another change is in regards to the AirPods Pro, and that's in regard to spatial audio. So you go into settings, you go into accessibility, you find AirPods, and you will see down here there's a new menu called spatial audio. So there's this new toggle down here. Now I tried toggling it on and off, it doesn't work, but what it should do is when follow iPhone is on, audio for supported movies and TV shows will sound like it's coming from your iPhone instead of coming from your head movement. So it's going to be basically just always coming from your iPhone instead of following the movement of your head. So that's the point here, but it doesn't seem to be working right now. And even though it doesn't work, it's a very nice feature to see to be introduced here, because Apple already talked about it during WWDC. Of course, this feature will probably be fully working when iOS 14 is fully released to the public and when the final release is ready for everyone to use. So we have still some time for that. So for now, that's not working, but it's nice to see Apple already working on it. Now, in terms of the widgets, so there's two changes within the widgets. One is with the shortcuts widget. So if you go to the shortcuts widget, you can see that this is now the shortcut widget. Now it seems like nothing really changed. However, notice how it's shortcut here and in the past it was favorites. So that is a difference here. It makes it more clear. And even beyond that, now it is not always favorites when you do that. So in the shortcuts now, this is the shortcuts folder instead of being still favorites. So also the description is a little bit different. Quickly run one of your shortcuts. Another change is with the Apple News widget. So we had this huge widget in Beta 6 that was introduced that you could not even put on your home screen. It was only available to be added to the widget center. To this center over here, so you could have the big one, but it really made no sense to have such a huge news widget on your home screen, because it would pretty much cover the home screen and it didn't work. So now with the news widget, you only have these 5 options, these 6 options, right here, which is plenty enough, I would say. Another little change is when deleting an application. So let's look at what it was previously, just so you know. It would be cancel, move to app library, and delete app. Now it's a little bit different. If we click remove app, now it's delete app, move to app library, and then cancel. So this is of course just a tiny little change that many people would not notice, but it is a change nonetheless. Another little change is when you open Maps, you get a new screen that shows up directly here. So now it just shows you navigate. Maps help you easily get around by car, on foot, or by using public transport. You also see Explore, see what's around you with nearby, or search to find a specific place. And then you have Discover, where you can add places you love to favorites or create guides to share with your friends. So this is something you get when you open Apple Maps for the first time in beta 6. So these are just some of the features that I managed to find, and some of them that I found on the internet just reading what other people found. So this is all for now, but I'm going to be using beta 6. This is my daily driver, so I'm going to be using beta 6 every day of the week. I'm going to be testing it out and just see if I don't find any other features, and I will make another video if there is anything else to share. Now, what about the bugs and some of the bug fixes? So many people experienced issues with Instagram stories. So the problem here was that when you were trying to take a picture in Instagram for your story, it would not work. It would just stay black. It would not work at all. This was fixed, but not by Apple, not by beta 6, but this was fixed by an update that Instagram got. I personally didn't have this issue, so I don't really understand what was going on, but it's definitely working now. There is no problem. So this was very nice of Instagram to have updated to support the betas of iOS 14. Now, another bug that is really annoying for me, and generally one application that is very buggy, that's the Messages app. I always have problems with the Messages app. It crashing, or when I type, the keyboard would freeze or lag, or just it would crash in the middle. I don't understand what's going on with the Messages app, but that's one app that still doesn't seem to be fixed, even though I was texting for a little bit when I downloaded this update, but it still seems to be there, the lag on the keyboard, but it didn't crash for now. But of course I will let you know when I will know by using this throughout the week. As far as other bugs go, I don't really experience any other bugs that many people mentioned, or any bugs that really impacted how I use my phone and what I can do on it. Of course, there's little bugs here and there, but also in terms of widgets work well. I have them on my other phone that I use also to test the widgets, and the weather loads well, the clock widget loads well, the news widget loads well, so it all seems to be working, so I have no complaints in regards to widgets. And otherwise, just little bugs are always expected with betas for a new software version. So this is it in terms of bugs. Now let's move over to performance and battery life. So performance for me in beta 5 was very good, and performance here seems to be very good as well. I have no issues whatsoever on beta 5, and on 6 so far I didn't notice any lag or any stutter or any problems with animation, so it seems to be working quite well here. I would not even say that it would be much different from beta 5, but with some of the bug fixes that many people experienced, it will definitely make the performance seem better, but the core performance itself is probably not different. Now, in terms of battery life for me was very good in beta 5 and in the previous betas. So if you open up the battery right over here, of course, keep in mind maximum capacity is still quite high at 99%. But then if we look at the usage, of course, I don't use my phone too much, but 4 hours average screen time, and I usually go quite well with battery life. So I have nothing to complain in terms of battery life, and I would say that it will be either better or it will be about the same on beta 6. But of course that I will know after using the phone for more than a couple hours. So should you update to beta 6? And I would not update immediately, because now that we know some of the betas really had some issues and really made your phone a struggle to use. So I would not update on your main device immediately unless you are on beta 5. But if you're not, then I would probably wait and see if some other issues arise during this week, and then you make your decision. But even if you update to beta 6 and there's issues, you'll probably only have to wait 1 week, since now we're probably going to be getting betas on a weekly basis. But if you're on beta 5, I really don't think there should be any issues that should prevent how you use your phone or just bring many bugs to the device. So now that the updates will become more frequent, of course, then there should probably not be any major issues, because the main focus will be stability, security, and just making this whole iOS 14.0 better before we move to 14.1. So of course, expect beta 7 probably next week. So we are on Tuesday, was released Tuesday, this beta. For me, it's Wednesday, but we should be seeing the next beta 7, on the 1st of September. So that's when you can expect beta 7. So even if you decide to update, there really should not be any major issue. Well, if you update it, then let me know what you think. Let me know what you think in the comments down below. If you found any bugs or any new funny features or something like that, please do let me know. Well, if you enjoyed the video, then please do leave a like, subscribe, and hit the bell to stay notified when I release my next video. Also, if you missed my previous video, then you know what to do. Please click the card shown up there. Okay, take care, and I'll see you in my next video.